with Necromancy coming out next month, Feminine Sagas will be a requirement, in which case I will be doing the other 4 guides on it. And I will put a link down in the description for my first guide for the Threes Company Saga. Now, as for the skills needed, you'll need 23 Dungeoneering, 55 Agility, and 55 Thieving. And for the items needed, you will need to have found the collection of swords that is in the Dungeoneering floors 12 to 17. And then to even get access to finding those swords, you will need to speak to Skuldrin, who is just outside, south of the Daemonheim area where I'm at, and he is to the west. Afterwards, while you are doing the dungeon floors 12 to 17, you will have to find a collection of swords somewhere within those floors, and you'll want to pick that up to inspect it pretty much. With that, let the guide begin. So, once you have that, speak to Skuldrin, and depending if you have the item or not, you can tell them it should be one option saying I found a strange collection of swords or you found some type of item. After that, speak to him again and hit option 1 to yes. Tell me a story. We'll be going through the second icon, which is Vengeance, and play Saga. There is one thing that would be helpful, and that is if you have 99 Archaeology and the Persistent Rage Relic. This is so that you'll gain adrenaline while outside of combat. It's not needed, but it makes this so much easier. So, let's play Saga and we'll go through the whole run now. And I will be space barring this just so the guide is not 20 minutes long. Now, once you're out of the dialogue, we'll be going through the south door. Re-click on the door and we'll be killing 4 Forgotten Warriors. You will need to have set your action bar to melee, so just change that accordingly. After that, you should get another cutscene where there's a warrior that we're playing their point of view. So now we go north through the door and make sure to turn your run on. For whatever reason, it does disable it. And then right here, this is why the Persistent Rage Relic is super nice, because we are able to regenerate our health back. And then once we're out of adrenaline, our relic will kick in and increase our adrenaline up to 100% again, meaning you're able to recover your health forever as long as you are outside of combat and you wait until your adrenaline is high enough where you can convert it to health. But anyway, speak to Orin, and we will be getting a little dialogue option to choose from, and we will want to actually choose option 2 to give Orin the fish, as he needs it more than us. After that, he'll give us the Silver Crescent key, in which case we go south. Go south again. Go through the door, but make sure to unlock it. Re-click the door again to skip this dialogue, and we'll be killing the NPC here. They do have 750 health, which you might be able to 2 or 3 hit, depending if you do splash. Afterwards, you'll get another cutscene, and to skip this, you have 2 choices. You can hold the spacebar button, or you can click anywhere else outside of the chat box, and then you'll skip that whole dialogue. And then pick up the items right by her for her Ring of Kinship. Time for this puzzle now, which is room crafting. The goal is to get all of the squares the same color. In my case, I'll be going for all yellow as it's easier to see. Once you have very few tiles left, you can right-click and view them to force it on the opposite, although it will damage you depending on your health. Now that we did that, we'll be able to gain access through the east door. Go east, and if you need health or food, kill those 2 spiders. It's 100% not needed. Once you're east, we'll be killing the I Can Has NPC, which, oh, look at that. I 2-hit the poor guy. And once again, you could just hold the spacebar button, or if you want to save probably about 15-30 seconds, you can click anywhere on your map and it'll cancel you out of that dialogue. And then pick up the items. Go west, and we'll be going through the north blue triangle door. Go north again. Now we're in a room with hellhounds. Pretty much just skip them. Go north and kill the dungeon spider. If you want, you can pick up the billions of giant food that they drop and go north, and we'll be speaking to Argax. Go through the dialogue, in which case we'll have 2 choices. Hit option 1 to let her die. She's earned her rest. Now we go east. Keep in mind, if you don't like your health super low, you could actually eat these fish that are in your inventory. It's just, it's really not needed. Now we go south. Go through the door. And now for here, it's easier to change your camera angle so you face south, because when you enter, you want to click on these 5 switches. It will be a race for this NPC to make it to the other side of the room, in which case you want to beat him by clicking all 5 switches. Which is pretty easy, as he does take his time. And then once you click the 5th one, now we'll be able to go through. And then just in case you didn't do it fast enough, you want to click the switches again, but faster. It's just in case if you were able to misclick it a couple of times. So remember, just pretty much rush. And then once you hit the 5th one, in your chat box, you may get a message that as you pull the last lever, you hear a click. And then notice, since I'm low on food, well, low on health, I can eat. It's not needed, or you can just regenerate your health using the rejuvenate ability. But anyway, now we go to the north door, skip the hellhounds once again, go north, and we'll be speaking to Carl. For him, he'll give us another pair of dialogue, in which case we will have to hit option 2 to let Carl go, as he's learned his lesson. After that, he'll disappear, and we'll go through the north door. Go through the north door again to skip that dialogue, and we'll be killing Lola What, as she has 2,000 health. Which, I mean, she's pretty easy, as you can tell. I just 4-hit her. And again, to skip this dialog, you can click anywhere on the map to cancel it, and then pick up her items. Go through the west door, and go to the west side. We'll be going to this wizard who's on the floor. Now, depending on the camera angle and where you lay your mouse, it may be hard, but you'll want to investigate. After you investigate, go through the whole dialogue. You should see that shadow NPC die. Go north and go east. Once we're here, go to the east and we'll be speaking to, I believe his name is Pilaz. A lot of these NPC names do have very awkward names. So, hit option 1. You want to lie to him and give him comfort at the end. This is because he did ask about the NPC we just investigated, and we'll just say, oh yeah, she's doing fine, when she's not. Next, go back to the west room, and if your health is running low, you can always just regenerate, or start eating those cave fish. It's up to you. Unlock the crimson door, enter, and skip this whole room. We'll just be going west. For here, click on the door again, and we'll be killing Cow Thanks By, or K Thanks By. Oop, he has 2,000 health, in which case, once we have defeated him, we have completed the saga. And you just want to go through the whole dialogue, in which case you have to hit option 1 to confront K's lie, and to show her the corpses. It's like, okay, come over here and let's see all of the bodies. And again, if you want to save some time, you can click anywhere on your map, and it'll automatically give you the rewards scene. And this was for the noble path. As for the rewards, you should be able to get about 25,000 thieving experience or agility experience. It pretty much chooses if you want. And then I did get 100% score, which is a requirement for, I believe, necromancy, although I'll be doing the other guides for the other sagas. With that, thank you all so much for watching this, and enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, as it really does